Need a winter holiday escape? Forget your cares in Fiji. White sand beaches and scuba diving are calling. Your tropical paradise getaway is just one nonstop Fiji Airways flight away. With round-trip fares starting at $899 from LAX or SFO. Or check out great fares to Australia and New Zealand with seamless connections via Fiji. Book now at FijiAirways.com. From here to happiness, flying direct with Fiji Airways.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
The Enchanted Room by the Chronicle Factory.
Hey guys, this is Jude Al here on the Enchanted Room, and today we've got a very interesting topic to discuss with 5 beautiful guests at the studio, and today we're discussing LGBTQIA+, a very touchy and sensitive topic, yet a very interesting group of people that you definitely deserve to know. So let's bring our first guest on the mic right now and discuss about what she thinks. This is Khushi with us, who's going to tell us what she thinks about this community in different ways. So your first question for today is, how did you first learn about the different LGBTQIA plus identities? And what was your initial reaction to it?
Well, social media was the platform जहाँ से मुझे पता चला, and I watched series and like dramas and then discussed with my friends कि okay, yeah, there are people who doesn't find themselves as a straight person. They like to define themselves as someone. I
different.
mean, some
different
a
would be
different
the
way.
right
Yeah,
term there. And what was your initial reaction to this when you got to know that there are other people, like you perfectly said, social media is something today that reaches out to so many more people,
yeah.
and especially the younger ones. What was your reaction personally to this?
Well, I was like, oh wow, nice. Like, प्यार जो है वो जेंडर देख के नहीं होता है, प्यार प्यार होता है, and at the end of the day heart wants what it wants. Yeah.
I love the way you put that.
Yeah, and I didn't felt anything wrong. I'm like, okay, fine, यार, प्यार प्यार होता है यार.
Wonderful. That brings me to my next question. Something that I've always wondered, even though many schools have sex education, they don't really talk anything to do with LGBTQIA+. Do you think that should be part of sex education in schools as well?
Basically, it's very unfair for LGBTQIA+ community that they have to feel कि they are the left ones.
Left out.
हाँ, left out. Like उनको क्यों feel कराना है? वो human being है and they feel what they feel. Acceptance is like हमारे से आना चाहिए. We should accept as they are. Like,
and I'm sure they will feel out of place, like you correctly said.
Yeah.
Because for them, it is like, okay, if you're a man, you got to be with a woman, and if you're a woman, you got to be with a man. But we don't want to be with either of. We want to be with. We want to be different. So, do we not exist at all? I know how difficult it must be. So, do you say that yes, you would want that to be a part of school education?
Of course. And sex education for today's generation, for Gen Zs, is must needed. It's must needed.
Very true. Very true. I loved sharing, you sharing your experiences, your thoughts on this community with us, Khushi. Thank you so much for joining us at the studio today. All right, next up, we've got Tushar with us, and I'm going to have a couple of questions for you, Tushar. I know this is a very, very, how do I put it? This is a topic that is very close to your heart, and I know you'll have lots to share about it. So I'd like to know, how do you define sexual orientation and gender identity? And why is it important to understand these concepts?
Okay, so I believe there are just 3 genders. I believe so. That is male, female and transgender. And worldwide बहुत सारे discussions चल रहे कि और भी genders add करने हैं.
Correct.
So मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि there are just 3 genders.
That's correct.
And yes, and talking about the sexual orientation, वहाँ पे ये सब आ जाता है, like lesbian, gays and bisexual and transgenders. They come in the this thing, orientation, sexual orientation.
Correct.
Yes.
And that, I think that's the reason why they came up with that whole thing of LGBTQIA plus.
Yes.
That big plus at the end stands for anybody who wants to be a part of it.
Yes.
There could be possibilities of anything different coming up.
Yes.
And I like the way you put it, 3 genders, that's what we look at, because that's when we identify them as people with those typical or atypical body parts. That's more to do with the physical appearances, moreover. And sexuality defines, into that whole LGBTQI. I think you put that very beautifully. Tushar, there's another thing that is something which is very common, especially in our country, in India. There are a lot of myths about the LGBTQIA community. A lot of people have things that they feel, gays are like this and lesbians are like that, which is not real. Yeah. They're myths again. So can you just shed some light on that side of it?
Okay, see, first मैं बताता हूँ कि LGBTQIA क्या होता है. Okay, so L stands for lesbian. अभी lesbian क्या होता है? Lesbian is a girl.
True.
Who is attracted to another girl. So they are called lesbians. Mm-hmm. And now comes G. G is meant gay. ठीक है, तो gay में क्या होता है? I am a guy. ठीक है, लड़का ही हूँ मैं, male. And I am attracted to another male. So they are called gays. Bisexual is something which I like. I'm a guy. I like both girl and a guy. So I'm known as a bisexual person.
Or a girl who likes a girl and a
guy. Yes. And then comes T. T means transgender. So do I have to explain what is transgender?
I don't think that's necessary, but yes, go ahead.
And then comes Q. Okay, so Q stands for queer. अभी क्यूर में क्या होता है? इट्स लाइक अ अम्ब्रेला टर्म. अभी जो हमने LGBT सब बोला ना, दैट ऑल कम्स अंडर अ वन अम्ब्रेला. सो यू कॉल देम ऑल अ क्वेयर, सो या. एंड फिर आता है आई इज इंटरसेक्शुअल. अभी इंटरसेक्शुअल क्या होता है? जब अ बेबी इज बॉर्न, उसके कोई ऑर्गन्स ऐसे होते हैं जो अंडर डेवलप्ड होते हैं. ठीक है, सो बेसिकली वो टाइम पे आप बता नहीं सकते हो कि इज अ गाय, आई मीन मेल और अ फीमेल. सो दे आर नोन एज इंटरसेक्शुअल. ओके. Then next comes A. A means asexual. वहाँ पे ऐसा होता है कि a person is not attracted to the body. He is attracted to the soul. Like दिल से दिल वाला connection होता है वहाँ पे, He is not attracted to the physically or anything.
I like the way explained.
हाँ, जहाँ पे दिल मिल गया वहाँ पे हो गया. So yeah, this is what LGBTQIA stands for. And उसके बाद plus, obviously मैं आगे कुछ हुआ तो will add it, like that, plus.
Wonderful. But coming back to my original question, can you share with us a few myths about the community, about what people think?
Yes. So, मैंने अभी ये तो पूरा explain कर दिया, what is LGBTQIA. Now I'll tell you the myth which I have heard, okay? So, basically, मैं मेरे college वाले friends के साथ hang out कर रहा था. A night out or boys night out.
Okay.
तो वहाँ पे बातें चल रही थी. And you have heard about this guy जिसने suicide कर लिया recently.
Yeah.
Pranshu,
pretty
his name
sad,
was.
yeah.
Yep. So we were talking about him, okay? So the guy जो मेरा दोस्त है बोलता है कि यार मुझे को तो ये सब पसंद नहीं है LGBTQI.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like क्यों पसंद नहीं है? क्या हुआ? Like किसने तेरे साथ ऐसा क्या किया जो तेरे को मतलब पसंद ही नहीं है?
Yeah, exactly.
So he was like कि नहीं यार, नहीं, मतलब मेरे को बोल नहीं रहा है वो, like पसंद नहीं है. फिर मेरे को बोलता है कि देख, मेरे को एक तो समझता नहीं है कि वो लोग क्या है, क्यों है. मतलब तो ऐसा बोलना दैट यू डोंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट दे आर. तो मैंने फिर उसको एक्सप्लेन किया ये LGBTQIA एवरीथिंग, एंड ही वाज लाइक ओह ऐसा होता है. मेरे को तो ऐसा लगा कि गे मतलब ऐसा है कि लड़का है एंड उसकी ऑर्गन्स कुछ अलग है.
ओह माय गॉड.
यस. एंड उसने ऐसा बोला कि एंड लेस्बियंस उसको ऐसा लगता था कि लड़का लड़की मिक्स है.
ओह माय.
सो या, तो मैंने उसको ये पूरा बताया कि नहीं तू गलत है.
Yeah, that I think that's what needs to be done. We need to rather start sharing those myths. Any more myths that you may have heard of? Any funnier ones?
Yes, one more. मेरे को अभी याद आया. I don't know if you have heard about it or not. ऐसा बोला जाता है कि गे बंदा उसके अंदर कोई लड़की का आत्मा आ जाता है. So that's why he's acting gay.
I think they've been following too much of that Ahat program that used to come from back in the day, right?
Maybe.
Crazy myths. I've loved these few moments with you here, Tushar, and I think you've shared so much with us. Can you give me one particular thing, one message that you would like to give out to all the people of the LGBTQIA community, plus and people around them? One message that you'd like to give out.
Be who you are. Do what you love to do. लोग बोलेंगे ठीक है, वो सिर्फ बोलने का काम करेंगे. You don't get down with it. करते जाओ, be yourself, be who you are, love yourself. First of all, love yourself.
First thing, yes, absolutely.
Yes. खुद को तुम प्यार करोगे, first you will accept yourself, then people around you will start accepting you.
Beautifully put, my friend. Beautifully put. I love this. Totally did. Thank you, Tushar, for spending this time with us at the studio. And I would have definitely loved to chat with you much more. But we've got our next guest, Sufian, just waiting on the edge of his seat to actually come forward and discuss and chat with us more about this. So, Sufian, I have this very simple question for you. Do you support the LGBTQIA plus community?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's mean, bro. Why would you say that?
Because they don't need any kind of support. They are just normal person like us. They are not like any kind of disabled person who needs help or something like that. So it's like that only.
I like the way you think, man. I got a shock in the start when you said you don't support them. Because while everyone is looking at gaining support and sympathy towards them, I think you have it more clear than any one of us does. But you do accept them. I think support, the word I use may have been wrong because that's what they don't need. But do you accept the community?
Yes, I accept them.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's what we all wanted to hear. That's what we all feel happy about hearing. Sufian, that comes to my second question for you. Do you feel there is enough of representation of the LGBTQIA plus community in movies and the OTT shows that you have these days and even books around you?
No, I don't think so. There is much recognition for them. Like उन लोग के लिए कुछ ज़्यादा कोई मूवीज़ बनानी उनके ऊपर बेस्ड ना ही उनको ज़्यादा लाया गया है किसी मूवीज़ में. तो मेरे को नहीं लगता कि कुछ ज़्यादा उन्हें मिला है. लाइक जो है सब नॉर्मली था बट नॉट रिकॉग्नाइज्ड ऑन टीवीज़, ये नेटफ्लिक्स, ये सब चीज़ों पर नहीं आया अभी तक वो.
It is, even though I would, kind of disagree, there is a very little, but it's marginal. I also would like to say, do you think that we need more of that representation in all the material we have today?
Yes, I think because ये इसके बारे में जानना भी ज़रूरी है क्योंकि ज़्यादा लोग को इसके बारे में कुछ पता नहीं है और कुछ भी बक देते हैं इस चीज़ के ऊपर.
Yeah, we heard a lot of that from Tushar as well, yeah.
वो ज़रूरी नहीं है वो बकना उनको, बट हमें इसके बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन रहनी चाहिए. लाइक सेक्स एजुकेशन भी था, वो भी ज़रूरी था, तो ये भी ज़रूरी है उसी के.
Correct. That lands me at a question which is totally out of the box. I had actually kept two questions, decided on two questions that I would going to ask you the moment I saw you. But I'm thinking of one more question that's coming to my mind right now. Different religions or rather different groups are right now defining their own laws and rules as per this community. Do you think that is right?
No, I don't think that is right because जो रूल नॉर्मल पीपल्स के लिए है वही रूल उनके लिए भी होगा और वही होना चाहिए बिकॉज दे आर नॉट लाइक कोई दूसरे इंसान तो नहीं है, हम जैसे ही है. So it's normal for them as well.
Correct. So it should be on human grounds rather than be a whole propaganda for religion and any of that.
Yes.
Recently I came across a write-up that the Pope of the Christian community has now accepted at least blessing, people of the LGBTQI community, if not being able to get them a marriage, but at least giving them the blessings. I think that's one step ahead. There's a long way to go, but we're getting there somehow. Sufian, thank you for the time with us today at the studio. And we had a very brief discussion, but I loved the way you think, and I think you support them, even though you say you don't like to use the word support. I'm sorry about that, but you accept them more than I think most other people I meet do. Yes. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
So with that, let's move on to our next guest. We've got Yogiraj with us right now, and we'd like to know from you what you feel about this whole LGBTQA community. My question for you is very simple. Have you experienced bullying of, people of this community around you?
हाँ, लाइक रिसेंटली सोशल मीडिया पे बहुत ट्रेंड हो रहा है एक दूसरे को ट्रोल करने का, जो बहुत ज़्यादा किसी के लाइफ को बहुत बैड इफेक्ट कर सकता है. रिसेंटली लाइक आई सॉ वन गाय हु यूज्ड टू मेक रील्स लाइक ही यूज्ड टू वेयर साड़ी. हाँ, तो सबका अलग चॉइस है, लाइक जो पहनना है पहनो, दूसरे का क्या सोचना है. लेकिन सम पीपल वर लाइक दे यूज्ड टू गो इन द कमेंट्स एंड दे यूज्ड टू कमेंट बैड लाइक मर जा ब्रो, ये सब क्या कर रहा है एंड ऑल. एंड रिसेंटली ही कमिटेड सुसाइड.
You're talking about Pranchu.
हाँ, एक्चुअली यार, लाइक इतना भी ट्रोल मत करो कि भाई दूसरे का लाइफ चले जाए यार. इतना भी नहीं होना चाहिए. लाइक हाँ अभी लोग मॉडर्न हो रहे हैं, जनरेशन आगे आ रहा है, तो लाइफ भी अपना थोड़ा थिंकिंग भी थोड़ा आगे बढ़ाओ यार. अभी कितना टाइम तक पीछे रह गया. लाइक थोड़ा मॉडर्न होना चाहिए एक्चुअली.
No, I think you brought a very important point. It did not even strike me when I was imagining, when I was talking about the discrimination and bullying, I was imagining it to be in forums where people are face to face. But yes, the cyberbullying is much larger than bullying that used to happen in person, like back in the day. But today I think every post that you even see, even today I've seen companies like Myntra who have started embracing gay people or other people of the queer community with dressing styles, and those models are getting a lot of bombarding on that. So I've seen those kind of comments. Can you just name a few people, or rather a few of these kind of people who have been apart from the one that you just mentioned, the incident that you just mentioned? Any others that you could mention who get all of this?
या लाइक रिसेंटली अभी तो रिसेंटली ये ट्रेंड हो चुका है कि लाइक एक दूसरे को ट्रोल करो, स्पेशली लाइक ये जो LGBT कम्युनिटी के लोग हैं उनको ही स्पेशली टारगेट करके उनको ही बहुत ट्रोल किया जाता है. उनके कमेंट्स वगैरह में जाके लाइक बहुत गंदे कमेंट करते हैं. एंड रिसेंटली जैसे कि मैंने बोला वो प्रांशु का सुसाइड हुआ, उसके कमेंट सेक्शन में भी देखा जाएगा तो अभी मरने के बाद भी लाइक लोग कमेंट कर रहे हैं कि लाइक 1 down 2 more to go.
That is sick. That is sick mentality.
इतना गंदा मेंटालिटी नहीं होना चाहिए ना भाई. इतना हेट क्यों चाहिए? लाइक मेरे हिसाब से तो बोलना चाहिए कि लाइक इफ़ यू डोंट सपोर्ट हर देन उसको हेट भी क्यों करने का. यू कांट डू एनीथिंग ना. लाइक कुछ मत करो. अगर तुम हेट कर रहे हो तो सपोर्ट भी नहीं.
That's absolutely. I get where you're coming from, Yogi. You're not willing to support them. At least don't hate them. That's exactly what
if you don't support them, then either don't hate them.
Very, very well said. Very well put. And I think we need more people like you to stand up and be a part of this, to know that yes, we are all one. I have another very important question that I'm coming to. Is what are the challenges that people of the LGBTQIA plus community face?
Yeah, basically like fear of telling their parents if they don't accept them.
Very true.
That's the biggest fear for them, as I've seen many people in their community even telling to their friends that they are something else, like gay or lesbian. They have fear like if they accept or don't.
So these are the major challenges.
Even like they are scared of dressing. Yeah, like some boys, कुछ लड़कों को होता है ना कि लाइक ज्वेलरीज ज़्यादा डालना हो, वो लोगों को डर लगता है कि लाइक बाहर जाएंगे तो बोलेंगे क्या लड़की है क्या, ये सब क्या डाला है ऐसा.
They're scared of being judged overall.
मेरे हिसाब से तो आई वुड से लाइक आप खुद को जो पहनना है पहनो, दूसरों का क्या सुनना.
Exactly. Even like, today, something that I find very, very awkward or weird. I personally walk into a lens card store and I walk into a section that has something attractive that I may like. But they'll say like, no, ye ladies hai. So I ask them, kaise dikhta hai chashma pe, How do you come to know? Is there like a gender organ on the specs as well? Because if what looks nice on you, you can wear. Why should it be like that, right? Like, so I think very well put. That is one of the major challenges. Do you think there are any other challenges that they grapple with?
हाँ, लाइक आई कैन सी कि उनको बहुत मेंटल स्ट्रेस होता है कि किसके पास जाके किसको बताओ, किस पे भरोसा करूँ, और अपने फ्यूचर का भी बहुत टेंशन रहता है कि लाइक मेरे को कोई बॉयफ्रेंड मिलेगा कि नहीं, कोई गर्लफ्रेंड मिलेगा कि नहीं, एंड पेरेंट्स को भी बताने का बहुत स्ट्रेस रहता है वो सब. और किस पे भरोसा करूँ, किसको अगर मैंने बताया और उसने कुछ और कर दिया, किसी को गलत फैला दिया, तो उसका भी लाइक बहुत टेंशन होता है. किसको बता नहीं सकते, भरोसा नहीं कर सकते एंड ऑल.
I totally agree with you. Yes, stress is a very, 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 very critical problem or challenge that they face. And lovely that you shared all this with us, Yogi. And I would have wanted to chat more with you, but since we are on the buzzer with time, I'm quickly going to summarize what we've experienced or what we've heard and understood today. Is that the LGBTQA community in the first place, like Sufian beautifully put it, does not really need support. They need acceptance. They need you to understand them. I think there are many challenges also that they face on a daily basis, and these could be cut short and made easier if people like you and me can understand them better. I think also on the other hand is their choices that they have to make, coming out, who to talk to first, whom not to speak to, and all of that will be so much easier. So I think, guys, we've got a fabulous understanding of this whole topic today. We've got more to share with you, and we've got, a bunch of people with us online on this Zoom meeting who are also going to share their views. But since we're short of time, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to take this into a part 2. So stay tuned. We're going to expect you to come back for the next episode of this beautiful topic with the LGBTQAI community on the whole. So this is Jude Al signing off for today here on the Enchanted Room. Thank you.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.